Conoce todas las noticias de la Liga MX.
Como resultado, el mejor de la tabla.
This tournament in the past, as you mentioned before, and I thought at that moment we could, make it as far as the semifinals. We had a young group, but what is different now is that the team build momentum. MLS Cups, U.S. Open Cup. So the team, the franchise is used to play finals, and I believe this group of players is ready to play that final tomorrow.
Other questions in the room? Jeremiah? There's a mic coming. I'm sorry. Apologies.
Hey, Freddie, how would you compare the sort of the atmosphere around this game, the build-up, to some of the other big games you've played in both MLS and in Europe?
It is something unique, to be honest with you. I played finals in Europe with Sporting. I had the opportunity to win 5 trophies, but I believe this is different. The stage is something to compare with Champions League, which I was not even close to be in the finals. And we're excited. Honestly, every single player is dreaming about lifting the trophy, but we knew that it wasn't going to be easy. To be here, we needed to, fight, battle every single game. And here we are with a big blessing to play the final in our home with all the fans that are going to be supporting us.
Every big game comes with adversity.
Yeah.
Just how important is kind of overcoming, being patient, and then just overcoming whatever comes your way.
Yes. We just played last week against the same team, same group of players. But as you say, every single game is different. We are prepared. I believe that we have the players with enough experience to manage those moments that the game is going to require. When you have to push, When things are not coming our way, we need to be patient and believing always that no matter what, we still have 90 minutes, to make to score goals or to hold the result. So it's about having the mindset of a winning team, and I believe this group of players have it, and they are used to play finals as well.
We'll go to Nico Moreno and then down to the front row for Ives.
Freddy, un partido de esta magnitud necesita cierta experiencia, cierta jerarquía. ¿Cómo ves al equipo en cuanto al balance en esta categoría de los jugadores que tiene a cómo van a llegar a este partido?
Sí, para nadie es un secreto que estos partidos son completamente diferentes a cualquier otro. Son finales y las finales no se juegan, se ganan. Así que la gente va a recordar cuando ganas el título, no como la forma como lo ganaste. Así que la experiencia va a ser importante, el talento, las ganas, la motivación, pero sobre todo hay que ser humildes y conscientes de que no va a ser fácil. Estamos a la puerta de hacer historia, pero también necesitamos entregar todo. Eso va el talento, eso va nuestra jerarquía y en eso va la experiencia también.
Coming for you, Ives.
Freddie, in the early years of the Sounders, you had some good teams that won some trophies and played well, but there was a gap. There was still a gap there between the Sounders and, say, the top Mexican teams. When you think about the growth of this team and you look at the lineup that you can put out there now compared to those early teams, I mean, what's the difference when you look at it? Like, how much stronger is this group now than maybe those early years?
Yes, if you look at into the details of our squad, I believe a lot of players have that international stage experience already. So looking back in my early years with the Sounders, I don't think we had that many players that already play in Mexico, Europe, or even with the U.S. national team. And that makes a huge difference when you have to play against good teams, as we did in the past, against León, against Tigres, and now we had the opportunity to play against Pumas in the final. So I believe that we are prepared, and all that we did in the early stage, it was a foundation to prepare this franchise for something big as this one. And hopefully we can finish it in this last game at home.
Take a couple more in the room, then go over to Zoom, beginning with Mario and then Felipe.
Freddy, el juego pasado terminaron las cosas calientes y todas, incluso tú estuviste por allá llegando y cerrándola. ¿Cómo se preparan para regresar ahora en este encuentro y no entrar tan calientes?
De la misma manera que obviamente se empezó el juego pasado. Eso fue al final, ya cuando se calientan las cosas, cuando por factores externos al fútbol, nosotros empezamos a buscar alguna razón para, no sé, para pelear o para defender al compañero. Pero durante los 90 minutos creo que el equipo fue solidario, el equipo jugó 1-1 y cada pelota la batalló con mayor firmeza. Así que estoy tranquilo, el grupo entiende que es una final y que necesitamos 11 jugadores dentro de la cancha para poder ganar.
Freddy, Seattle es favorito para esta serie, están en casa, están en la afición, están en una cancha. Es el hecho de que los pongan de favoritos, ¿cuánta presión le impone al equipo o a los jugadores?
Bueno, no sé si llegamos como favoritos. Es un buen momento que atraviesa el equipo, pero nosotros sabemos de que los favoritos en la Champions, con CAF Champions, siempre van a ser los equipos mexicanos. Así que en nuestra cabeza está que aceptamos esa presión, aceptamos la responsabilidad de finalizar este juego en casa, pero nuestra mente no está a ser favoritos. Vamos a pelear, a luchar y a jugar bien para poder conseguir el título. Y allí, bueno, podemos abrazar o invitar a otras presiones más como ser favoritos en la próxima Copa. Pero por ahora no hay ninguna intención de ser favoritos.
Laura, any questions on Zoom?
Evans.
Thank you, Freddie, for taking the time. I wanted to ask about goalkeeping. That was a big thing for you guys as far as the 2 penalty kicks to make this even. How do you feel that will kind of come into play tomorrow?
We have good players that are with the quality needed to step up in those moments. Nico did it, and we're happy that we support him, and he scored those 2 goals that gave us the tie. And it's a good position for us to come back home, and hopefully we don't have to think about PKs. We believe we can win the game in 90 minutes.
We'll take 2 more questions. John Lupo.
Freddie, it seemed like Pumas' defense did some good things to keep you guys off balance and prevented you from creating a lot of good chances in the first leg. What do you think will be different? Do you guys think you need to make any adjustments in order to get more good quality chances tomorrow?
Yes, we're been working on our transition moments. We were not sharp enough, to finish those counterattacks that we might be creating. When we play at home, obviously that's going to be different. There is no altitude factor to think about, and extra motivation from the fans that is going to give us that push to keep working and to keep moving, things forward. And then all we need to think about is to score goals. And we're at home, and we know that with these quality players that we have, we can score at any time of the game.
Okay. Freddie, thank you very much for your time. Okay. We'll welcome in Seattle midfielder Albert Rusnak next.
Ya estamos de regreso. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Ya estamos de regreso. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Ya estamos de regreso. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Ya estamos de regreso. Estás en Fútbol de cuates.
Curious after the first leg, what the mood was with the boys. Was it exhaustion, relief, excitement when you guys finished?
I think we felt really positive after that game, especially being down 2-0 with was it 20 minutes left, coming back to 2-2 and scoring so late almost felt like a win in a way, where so it's a positive result in a final away from home, tough conditions, sold out stadium that's pushing them forward. They took a lead, so we had to overcome many things, and I think tomorrow, it's a clean slate. It's a one-off game for a final. Away goals don't count, so we're full aware of the tie situation after 90 minutes. It's going extra time, so the away goal doesn't play any role anymore. And it's a one-off game, and I'm happy that we get to play that one-off game at home here.
Other questions? Show of hands. Yeah, Sam.
Hey, Albert. Thanks for taking the time. You guys have played really well in the home games in Champions League. The away games have been a little bit different. A lot of you've had to show your maturity and your experience in those moments. What are you expecting tomorrow? Do you think you'll be able to come out more on the front foot like we've seen in the previous home matches? Do you think it'll be a little bit of a blend of both? And how important do you think that experience has been to this run?
Yeah, I think we have an experienced team. Many players have played in some important games, I would say, in their career, whether it was at a international level or club level. I don't know exactly what type of game it will be. I wish I did, but I would expect us to come out on the front foot, especially with having fans on our side that are going to keep pushing us forward. I would imagine a more attacking and a more dominant game from us. Obviously we're fully aware of the fact that they're not going to come here and sit on front of their edge of the box and kick balls long and all that. They will fancy themselves as well, which is something that we're fully aware of. But maybe first few minutes of the game could be a little bit hectic. But at some point where the game's going to slow down and the game's going to settle, and there'll be moments of possession for us, and try and unlock that defense that they played against us in the first game.
Go to Nico, and then down to the front row here for Moz.
Albert, when you came here to Seattle, you came, to win cups and championships. And how fulfilling is it that you are, one step away from getting an international title? And, after playing Pumas for, 90 minutes, what do you know more about them now, and how they can be vulnerable in certain places?
I was coming here with the vision to win titles, but nowhere it was written that, a few months later we'll be playing Champions League final. It was a tough road to get here. It wasn't one game that we had to play good, or two games, or, 3. It took many games to get here. So we are fully aware of the work that we've put in. And I think it took more than the 11 guys that, will start tomorrow, the game. When you go back and you look at from the first game that we played in Honduras and Motagua, through Leon, through New York City, and now against Pumas, we have had a lot of players involved, which is the way to win things. You're never going to win things with just 11 players. You need, players that come off the bench, or players that have to step in when the other ones are injured. So I think, it's a big achievement for everybody, for us as a club, because as I say, there was many players that were involved and played a key role in us to getting to this final, and having a chance tomorrow to go and win this trophy. And the second part of your question, what was it? It's what we saw in the first game. They love to cross the ball. For the two guys up top, they're very good in the air. They have pace on the side, and a solid back line with solid midfielders. So it's a solid team. It's a good team, and there's got to be a reason why they are in a final, and not the teams that they faced against. So I think especially at home, they've been really good in the Champions League. But we're gonna have to try and overcome them tomorrow, and not just match their energy and effort and all they're gonna do, but we have to overcome it in order to beat them.
One kind of a softball, how important a set piece is going to be. And then the second part is in terms of transition, just the ability to recognize, pass the ball, and then get runs. How important is that going to be in the transition? You can answer them any way you want.
Yeah, I think transition is a big part of, you know, how we play. I think we scored many goals like that. And if you look back at the Leon game, you know, we let them keep the possession of the ball, but every time we took the ball from them, it felt like we were going to score a goal, you know, and we ended up winning 3-0. But that game I think we played here could have been 6, not just 3. So transition is a big part of our game. It depends on how they're going to come out as well. You know, if they're going to come out attacking and pressing us, then there'll be moments for transition. But if they're going to be defending a little bit deeper in a solid block of a 4-4-2, then maybe it'll be about us having enough patience and, you know, keeping the ball in order to unbalance them and unlock them, you know, because, you know, transition football is when 2 teams attack and the games become stretched and there's a lot of spaces to kind of run into. But, you know, when you have a team that's going to sit back and defend, it's a difficult thing to play transition game. So set pieces is another thing. As I said, they love to cross a ball. So set pieces is one way for them to get the crosses in. And that's how they scored a second goal against us in the first leg in Mexico City. You know, a cross from deep came in and it was a fantastic header. And that's what they're looking to do, and that's what they'll try and do tomorrow as well. So, you know, we've worked on some things, whether that's, you know, stopping the crosses early or picking up the two forwards in the box, you know, and maybe, you know, giving them a little bump before they can kind of set their feet and have a free header on the ball. So all those things are going to play part tomorrow, and, you know, a little details could decide the game.
Go to Jeremiah, and there's questions on Zoom. We'll go over there.
We've talked a lot about how this team has a lot of experience, how everyone's played in big games and all this kind of, how does that sort of manifest itself both at training and in sort of the mood around the team and the way that you end up preparing?
I think, you know, there's a way that we prepare as a team, and then there's a way we prepare, you know, as individuals. You know, I think from this morning, from let's say 9 a.m. up to now, you know, we prepared as a team and we went through things, you know, maybe as defenders, midfielders, forwards, then overall as a team. But, you know, in a couple, you know, in 20, 30 minutes, everybody's going to be at home. And now it's up to you on how you prepare and what you want to do, you know. So I can't speak on behalf of anyone else, how they prepare, you know, but I just prepare as if it's another match, you know. I'm not going to do anything different that I was to do for, you know, another MLS game or an Open Cup game, you know. We are aware of the magnitude of the game, but on the other side, it's still a 90-minute game, you know. So I think the energy and, you know, the fire in us will be there tomorrow at the game. But, you know, it's also, you need to have a little bit of cool inside, and especially in your head, you know, a little bit to calm yourself down and maybe to calm down your teammates, you know, because you're not going to win just, you know, with having a hot head and running around. That's not going to win the game tomorrow.
Any questions on Zoom, Laura?
June from Sergio Venegas. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Sergio Venegas from Mexico City for Deporte.com. Now do you have the time for settle down and analyze the last game? What do you expect for tomorrow match? Because, you know, Pumas is a stronger team, same as you are, because they don't never lose the game like you do. So what do you expect for the game of tomorrow? I wish you the best luck for the game of tomorrow, and hopefully we had a good game in both sides. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm expecting a tough game, just like the first one. You know, you're going to have 2 teams that will want to win this thing, and it's after the first game being a 2-2 tie. This is a decider, so there's nothing to be, you know, saving for another match, because there isn't another match. I'm happy we get to play this game at home in front of our fans, and yeah, we've prepared for the game for almost 6 days now. So the preparation is done, and then it's all about what we do tomorrow in the game. So me personally, I'm looking forward to it.
Albert, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. We're going to welcome in Seattle forward Raul
Es
Ruidiaz.
momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en Fútbol de Cuates. Es momento de una... Es momento de una pausa.
How would you describe the emotions that you're feeling right now and the emotions of the team?
La verdad, estoy muy emocionado y muy ansioso por este gran momento, el momento más importante de mi carrera. Entonces espero mañana todo salga como he soñado, ¿no?
Can we have translation for his question in the room? Is that okay? Okay. Yeah. Bob, do you get enough of it? 1 second, Jeremiah.
Yes.
The answer. So yes, I'm feeling it. There's lots of emotion, of course, but I'm proud of this moment. One of the most important matches of my career.
Raúl, obviamente un partido ante Pumas que fue extremadamente difícil allá en el partido de ida. ¿Qué se tiene que hacer distinto para a lo mejor afectar a este equipo de Pumas en la parte ofensiva con más efectividad?
Fue un partido muy difícil en México. Voy a incluir un poco la altura, la cancha. Fue muy complicado. Pumas, un rival muy difícil. Pero viendo el partido, nosotros tuvimos las ocasiones más claras. No fuimos letal, como hemos venido haciendo durante todo este torneo. Pero Sandro tuvo las ocasiones más claras. Entonces, en ese partido va a ser totalmente diferente. Tenemos que guardar el arco en cero y las oportunidades o las pocas oportunidades que tengamos, tratar de concretarlas. Esa va a ser la clave del partido de mañana.
The question was, well, tough match there in Mexico. What do you think needs to be done different to create an impact, especially from an attacking perspective on their defense? The answer, indeed, it was a difficult match there in Mexico. I could mention the altitude or even the pitch. More importantly, Pumas, it's a hard opponent. we still had very clear opportunities, probably the clearest of the opportunities, maybe not as practical as we were in previous matches in this cup, but definitely had some clear opportunities. So we know that tomorrow we need to first keep the score at 0, but then also make better use of our chances and make them concrete.
Thank you very much. I will make an announcement to everyone in the room that it's a translation from Spanish to English. You can use the QR code so we can use the time to get more questions with the player. Okay? We have simultaneous translation. Thank you very much. Next question.
Raúl, gracias. Mencionabas que la altura, la cancha, desde luego la afición, influyeron en el desarrollo del encuentro pasado. Ahora están en casa, están en la cancha que han practicado, que juegan, con la afición, ¿qué esperas tú de este partido? ¿Eso va a ser este partido más fácil en favor de Seattle Sounders?
En lo personal, la afición no influye en mí. Cuando jugué en México, y creo que para la mayoría de mis compañeros, la afición nunca influye en el desenvolvimiento del partido. Ahora somos conscientes que estamos en casa, conocemos nuestro terreno, la cancha, el sintético, el clima también, y el apoyo de la gente va a ser fundamental. Entonces voy a volver un poco en el pasado y recordar la final de la MLS, donde las cosas salieron muy bien y el apoyo de la gente fue fundamental. Entonces espero mañana las cosas sean tal y cual como el 2019, ¿no? Que todo salga de nuestro lado.
Raúl, te saluda Luis Rodríguez del periódico El Universal de la Ciudad de México. Raúl, conoces muy bien el fútbol mexicano, ahora defiendes al Seattle Sounders de la MLS. ¿Tú en qué nivel pones a la MLS sobre la Liga MX? Y también en caso de que el Seattle Sounders pueda ganar esta vez, ¿crees que ya este sea el momento de decir que la MLS ya superó al fútbol mexicano?
Me hace mucho esta pregunta desde que llegué todos los años, para ser sincero. La MLS es una liga que está creciendo mucho. Cada año se ve un juego más competitivo, muy fuerte. Creo que va a ser fundamental si de nuestro lado mañana está el triunfo y podamos campeonar. Va a ser un punto para demostrar que la Liga MLS está creciendo. No voy a entrar en qué liga es mejor o no, solo simplemente voy a decir que la Liga MLS es una liga muy fuerte y muy competitiva y que está creciendo mucho.
Right here. Thank you.
Hola Raúl, Pilar Pérez para ESPN Deportes. Seattle ha sido uno de esos equipos que siempre está compitiendo en estos torneos internacionales. No había llegado a una final hasta el momento. ¿Qué han hecho diferente y qué crees tú que sucederá en el partido el día de mañana para que se dé el momento en el que por fin la MLS levante ese título?
Sí, cada año venimos peleando cosas muy importantes. Hemos perdido un par de finales, pero cada año siempre estando ahí. Este año ha sido totalmente diferente. Hemos armado un buen equipo. Tenemos excelentes jugadores. La experiencia ha sido fundamental en este torneo internacional. Mañana va a ser un partido muy difícil, pero creo que tiene que salir esa experiencia que tenemos los jugadores para poder obtener un triunfo y lograr un campeonato tan importante, ¿no?
Are there questions on Zoom?
Yes. We'll give the floor to John Lupo.
Raul, has there been any, I know you focused on the match tomorrow, but has there been any discussion about if you guys were to win tomorrow and lift the trophy, you would be the first MLS team to ever win CONCACAF Champions League? Has it been discussed what it would mean to not only you, but to the league as a whole?
Nosotros somos conscientes del gran momento que nos jugamos mañana, de la gran oportunidad. No sé si se vuelve a repetir esta oportunidad. Entonces somos conscientes como equipo. Sí, si las cosas salen bien, seríamos el primer equipo en la MLS en poder ganar un torneo tan importante y poder ir a un mundial de clubes. Entonces, somos realistas. Solo depende de nosotros poder lograr esto.
Okay. Raul, that's it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We
Es
have
momento de una
Captain
pausa.
Nicolás Ladero coming up.
Estás en... Es momento de una pausa. Estás en... Fútbol de cuates. Es momento de una pausa. Estás en... Far Sports presentó